So should I start now?
Yes, go ahead, please.
So the problem we have is that in Georgia, hot days are becoming more frequent. So, and then the data we got is from like the prompt you gave us. And so Georgia's expected to see 43 days with temperatures over 100 degrees by 2050. And right now it only has 21 days. So like global warming and like different things are causing the hot days to increase in Georgia. So we need to be able to like fix that.
Awesome. So that's the problem, right? Right now it is 21 days. And how many days is it going to increase?
It's going to be to 43 days. So it's going to increase by 20.
So that means more than double.
Yeah.
Right? 22 days more. So that's not good. So that's the problem. Now, who wants to go next?
I can go next. So we found many things that cause the problem that include climate change, global warming, factories, humans, and cars. So each of us are doing our own, we're contributing our own solution to this problem. So for me personally, I'm doing something related to the environment, and I know someone else on my team is also doing something related to the environment. So we're basically tackling climate change and global warming. Others doing like waste management will control like that area of the problem. So we split the problem, we split like the solutions into these kinds of categories. So yeah, we do have more to say for our problems, but for our solutions individually, and how each solution can combat one of these problems.
Okay. The problems that you mentioned over here, what is causing the problem is climate change. Is climate change a problem or the result of a problem? A question to think about.
The result of the problem.
Yeah. It's the result. I think global warming is that causes the climate change. But climate change also, so for me personally, I'm researching about the trees and how we can use that as a solution. So climate change is a cause to that problem in terms of like it reduces the trees like productivity and their ability to transpire water, which would lead to evaporation and more water into the air. But so that in terms of that is a problem, but so is global warming. But yeah. So it's like a result, but also a problem.
Okay, so it basically falls into both categories. Okay, so then next is factories, humans. What did you put over here?
Can I go next?
So hold on. Can you scroll up a little bit, Naini?
I mean, Harshit.
Oh, Harshit.
Yep.
Yeah, more. I have to see how much information you have in the document. Oh, okay. Those are the only ones. Okay. So let Sridarshit go. Yeah, go ahead, Sridarshit. Scroll down now, please. Oh, you already covered the who is suffering. Okay. All right. So go ahead, Sridarshit.
So people, so living things that are
No. We are still on the second one because the task was only to work on the first two. Even if you are, advanced and have solved the other two also, you will not be able to present it today. Okay, so stick to those two only, and then we'll go from there. So scroll down. I need to see the second question, Harshad. Yes.
You just want me to put it right
No.
here? Or go down?
No, a little bit on the top. No.
Just show the second question. It's okay if some of
Second
the
question,
information is
yes.
cut off. Yeah,
Yes,
there.
that, yep,
It's underlined, yeah.
Go ahead, Sri Darshit.
So factories, humans, and cars are another way that are causing this problem. Humans are causing this problem by cutting down trees and using lands for their own needs, like factories and stuff. And they're using agriculture. They're taking land and taking other animals' homes and stuff. And the factories they're working, they're producing gas that's bad for the environment. By factories, they're the waste management. They're not like you're not taking care of waste. And cars also. Cars cause air pollution. They take in more energy, and they emit methane and bad gases, and they also emit carbon dioxide.
That's good. So at the bottom, greenhouse emission, gas emissions and all that, I know that is from ChatGPT, guys. So who is the smart one who used that? Raise your hand.
We
Everyone?
basically just took it was a collective agreement. We
Collectively. All right.
no, we
So
didn't we
I
weren't
don't-
planning on using this as the information. This was just like it was just as like what else causes the problem. But we had the main ones that we chose were up there.
Okay. So ChatGPT basically, I don't mind you guys using it, but it gives you the entire picture in one instance. So you won't be using many questions to get your answers. You will only use probably one or two questions, and then it learns by itself, and then it gives you the entire solution. But asking as many questions as possible is the way to get to the right solution, right? So I'm not against it, but definitely it's not going to add much value to you all. Okay, so I saw those. Now, who else is remaining? Harshad is remaining. So Harshad, what
Yep.
was the question that you were supposed to answer
The
for
question,
today?
the first two questions or just the question in general?
Yeah, the first two questions.
What is the problem and who was affected? I think.
Yeah. So I believe you guys have selected an area, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What was
I
that
mean, each
area?
four of
Alpha.
us did something different.
No,
But
I mean to say a geographical area.
oh yeah, that area. Yeah, we chose
Yeah.
Alpharetta, Georgia.
You all four chose Alpharetta, Georgia. How much of this information is relevant to Alpharetta, Georgia?
I mean,
This
I'm guessing
information
all
is
of
more
it.
relevant for like the entire world.
Did you gather information on what is the temperature in Alpharetta, Georgia right now or 10 years back? And what will it be 20 years from now?
No.
And did you actually gather the information that is causing the heat fluctuation in Alpharetta, Georgia? So all this information, is it relevant for me?
Not really.
Yeah, go ahead, Sri Darshit.
It's not relevant for you because you need information on Alpharetta, Georgia only, and not the whole Georgia.
Not even Georgia. I mean, like, of course, those 40 days, that is Georgia, but the rest of them are applicable to the entire world. right? So no, you need to be very focused on the problem. You have identified the location. Now completely focus on the data over there in Alpharetta, Georgia only. Okay, so I think we are out of time today. Do you guys want to continue for half an hour more, or should we regroup tomorrow?
Regroup tomorrow.
I have to go now. Yeah.
Okay, that's good. But tomorrow, I want you all to give me the graphs also, the data. How is data? You know, I'm going to put some links over there. Whoever is not there in that WhatsApp group, ensure that you are there. Nobody can, message in that group. That's only for admins, and I'm the only admin who can post. But you can message me one-on-one. Okay, so we'll regroup tomorrow, but let Shrishti speak and present. Is that okay, dear?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay,
I'll
go
try to
ahead and present.
go quicker.
It's okay, take your time. We don't want you to rush.
Okay.
And you still have, everybody has to work on this 2 questions again today.
Mhm.
So I will help you collaborate with Murali and probably Mr. Srinivas, only those 2 topics, only those 2 questions and the one, and then Nikki will help you and Vidula, right? The other one?
And
Yeah.
Neil.
Neil, he's not joining. He is going in person, it seems. So his mom mentioned that.
Oh.
So for this week, you will have Vidula, Nikki, and Murali, and Mr. Srinivas also will help you. So you will be a very strong team. Okay, so but you have to focus and work only on those 2 questions. Now
Okay.
go ahead, present yours, and we can end the call after this. Go ahead.
So originally when we had met up yesterday, we had kind of, like I said, delegated and delegated by topic. And then some of the root causes that we discussed yesterday were like greenhouse gases, specifically the CFCs, also known as the chlorofluorocarbons, and deforestation. And I was looking at the people facing the problem. So I actually gathered some data in Smyrna, which is our city that we've chosen specifically. So the population in Smyrna is 55,785 people. And there's currently 27 days yearly where the temperature is above 90 degrees Fahrenheit, which is what like qualifies as like extreme heat days, which is kind of what the problem is about. I was looking at the data and then, so I skipped a year in between to really show the progress. And this is the data that I collected that in June 2023, the average temperature in June is like 72 degrees Fahrenheit. And then in 2021, it was 74. In 2019, it was 79. And it's kind of counterintuitive because as the years are decreasing, the temperatures are actually increasing. So they're actually less compared to this year, but it's still really high. And I'll get into a little bit of that later. So moving on to what the discussion that I had today. What is the problem? So the number of summer days with high temperature in Georgia is approximately 21 days. And it's just increasing over time, as the previous group already mentioned. And like I mentioned earlier, in Smyrna, it's 27 days. So it's already at a higher end in comparison to the state of Georgia. And some of the data that I collected was like the average summer temperature in the United States is 71.9 degrees Fahrenheit. But in Smyrna specifically, if you look at the data that I gathered, all these temperatures are already higher than the average temperature in the United States. So that's already telling us that Georgia's already on a higher end, which puts us as a greater risk compared to other states that are more up north. And then, yeah, these are some things that I already talked about. So that's like what the problem is, and specifically to Smyrna. And then what is causing the problem? So this is not as relevant to Smyrna. This was I was talking about as a whole, because I was just having the discussion, and I'm gonna focus more into depth with how this is relevant to Smyrna specifically. But some things that we were talking about was the main cause of global warming or climate change is because of excessive energy usage. And one of the main things that scientists have pointed out was like electrical energy, which is measured in watts, kilowatts, and megawatts. So what happens is that right now humans, most of their energy comes from the burning of fossil fuels. As it says, like 85 to 87% of energy is released from the burning of fossil fuels. Now, this burning of fossil fuels is converted into electrical energy, which is used throughout our homes. And this electrical energy releases carbon dioxide, carbon monoxide, all greenhouse gases, which end up actually warming up the earth. And this is already really bad because it's warming up the earth. But second problem is due to industrialization and the growth in human population, deforestation is increasing because there's so much development going on that trees are being cut down, and trees already take in carbon dioxide and they release oxygen. And this conversion is being decreased because trees are being cut down. That means the carbon dioxide in the air is being increased, which is just making the problem worse. And then some statistics that we talked about was how 500 megawatts a day of power actually release it. You get that from burning 7,000 tons of coal, which is a lot because just 500 megawatts by burning 7,000 tons, that's a lot in comparison. And comparing, that's just 500, and then think about around the world that's happening every day, every second. It really helps us understand how big of an issue this really is in our world today.
Exactly.
But yeah,
Amazing work. Yeah, sorry, go ahead. Anything else?
no, that's it. We just
I
started.
love it. Yeah. So even though you are a lone ranger, you have aced it. I am glad that you put numbers over there, right? Yes. So you put numbers over there, and also one more thing is the first one that you did is definitely you focused on that Smyrna area. So of course, only for the first question. But then you have numbers every year, how much it's increasing or decreasing. That's wonderful. And then the second question, yeah, you went global, but you still have time today. So you can go local and you can gather all the information. So think outside the box. It's for everyone. We're gonna come out of that session, the global warming session or whatever it is. And then right now, think of yourself, right? Think of yourself and you are playing in your backyard or you are playing in the park or your school. How do you feel, right? You might be feeling like it's too hot today, or the weather said, for example, yesterday was my birthday, and on Sunday, thank you. So on Sunday, we all planned to go do some zip lining and tubing. But Sunday night, it rained so heavily that all our plans got disrupted. So, but when we checked like 1 week or 10 days before, it said that it's a clear weather. So sudden climate change, what does it do to your daily life? It jeopardizes, right? There may be people that are traveling from one end to the other end of the country on an emergency, but because of weather conditions, they may be stuck in one place. So all these different scenarios, you have to think about it. Right? And then you think of the whole picture and then say, all right, I'm in Smyrna, I'm in Alpharetta, and next week I want to do camping, or next month or next year I want to do this activity. Is this going to be, a concrete, agenda, or will it be changing as fluctuating weather. Okay, so what are you doing right at that point of time? When you are thinking about the problem in your area, what are you doing? Nobody is listening. You are actually understanding the problem that is affecting you, your lives, right? What are you doing? You're understanding how it's affecting your lives. So this is a part of design thinking. Okay, when you put yourself in the shoes of the person who is suffering and look at the problem from their viewpoint, that is when you will be able to identify what the actual problem is, what is the root cause, who is suffering, how much are they suffering, and then you will think of a solution. So don't come to the solution yet. I don't want you to think of the solution yet at all. First, I want you to completely understand the problem and the causes and the effects of that problem. Did you all hear me? Now, one after the other, unmute yourself. Please repeat what you have understood and then what is your task for today.
So I understood that we're not supposed to jump to the answers and we're supposed to do this step by step and understand the problem first. So right now we have to first gather data about Smyrna, like numbers.
Smyrna?
I'm not Smyrna, Alpharetta for us, just a city.
Yeah.
And yeah, basically that's it. Just do the first 2 steps, and then after that we can just jump to go to the conclusions. But we're not supposed to jump to conclusions just yet.
Yeah, okay. But then I also mentioned design thinking. What is design thinking?
Putting yourself in someone else's shoes and then trying to understand the problem from their perspective, and then you're just trying to see how you can make the most like cost-effective solution, and try to like make a prototype first and see if that works, and if it does, or make any adjustments or additional changes, then you can make a final solution. But first you want to gather data after seeing what the problem is.
Exactly. So that is design thinking. You need to put yourself in the shoes of the person who is facing that problem. All right, Sridarshit, what did you learn?
I learned that we have to slow down and think step after step about the two questions, and then don't rush, and then go slowly, understand, and put yourself in the person's shoes who's facing the problem, and research slowly, step by step, and then tomorrow, then now we have to like discuss it with our group about Alpharetta, or yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yep, good. But you need to put data in there, numbers. Data is all about numbers. How many people are suffering, or how much is the temperature fluctuating? All that is really important, okay? Ujjwal, what did you understand?
I understood that we have to like think more about like what the problem is really asking, and don't jump to conclusions. Like, so like on this problem, we have to like think about the area we are trying to research about, and not give an overall perspective, but give like a specific solution for that area. And so we're doing Alfreda, so we have to research about its temperatures and what's happening there.
Yeah, why is the temperature increasing in Alpharetta, right? Go take your bicycle, Go scout around and see, do you see more offices? Do you see more industries? Do you see more houses? What do you see? So how are they contributing to the increase of the temperature, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so that's good. And numbers is really important. Shrishti, final, last but not the least here.
So one thing I learned is definitely like how you already mentioned, design thinking is focusing on putting yourself in other person's shoes and like empathizing with them. So really understanding the problem from their point of view so you can create a better solution. So like for my first question, I had gathered data, but for my second question, I need to zone in and focus on Smyrna specifically. And I'm going to work on that today. And so that I can figure out what's the cause of the problem in Smyrna. Because if I can understand the cause of the problem, what's causing it in Smyrna, then only I can find a solution for it in Smyrna.
Exactly. Amazing. If you know what is causing the problem in your area, then only you can find a solution for your area. Someone in Africa did a solution, someone in US did a solution, someone in India did developed a solution. It's not going to work out for you guys, right? It may not be applicable at all for you guys. So we're going to end the session, and tomorrow, are you all planning to join tomorrow? Yes? Can you give me a thumbs up, please?
Yeah.
Okay. And Ujjwal, are you joining, dear?
Mm-hmm.
And Harshad?
Yes.
You're joining tomorrow, right?
Yeah, I'm joining tomorrow.
Okay, good. Yeah, I saw that. Sridharshit did the emoji. Okay, don't let your team members, let them down, because they need you all. And of course, Shrishti, we have a super woman over here. So you're doing great, Shrishti. But we'll make sure that you have one or two more. I think Vidula will join tomorrow, and then Nikki will join tomorrow. Okay, so you should be fine. All right. We're going to end this session then. All smiles. One more time. All smiles. All right. Ujjwal is really a shy kid, shy of camera, huh? Camera shy. All right. Okay, then. Have a good day, guys. And then we'll meet you all tomorrow. Anything else, Shrishti? Do you want to speak to me later one-on-one, or you're fine, right?
I think I'm good. I think I'm good. If they come tomorrow, then we're fine.
But then I'm going to give you the other two kids' numbers, Ujjwal and who's that? Nikki. Reach out to them. No, not Ujjwal, sorry. Vidula and Nikki.
All right.
Okay. Reach out to them, dear, and do your thing and ensure that your team wins.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Good luck. Bye.